back, everyone. My name is Candace Sanderson, and this is,
Carrie Palmer.
and welcome to Spiritual Conversations with Candace and Carrie. Today, I have a topic that I think Carrie really wants to talk about. And it has to do with relationships with other people and how they might perceive you. Now, I retired a couple of years ago, and so my world is much smaller than what it used to be in some respects. But I know that when I was working, I would always want to speak my truth. I might say something about a dream that I had or mention something about healing. And I know that there were so many people that would just roll their eyeballs at me. But, that's okay, because many times those were the people who would come back to me later when no one was watching, and we would have these beautiful conversations. So, what is it we do when someone we're talking with doesn't seem to be on the same page, maybe not even in the same chapter or in the same
Planet?
we are?
Planet comes to mind.
Oh, Carrie, go ahead and start us off here.
Yeah, so we talked the last time we talked about my experience through the Monroe Institute, the Gateway program. My heart is there. I am now, my soul is connected. But coming back, a family member said, "So tell me about your workshop." It was very mundane and all right, I need to ask. So I'm like, what part do you want to hear? Because this person is a mortal, and this person does not believe by any stretch of the imagination that we are mind, body, spirit. There is no spirit. It's just your body. When your body dies, you're gone for good. So this is a tree I'm barking up, and it's not easy. So this person says, "Why would you want expanded consciousness? I like being mortal." He doesn't say that word. Just, I like being human. I've got a good life. I'm like, seriously? I mean, I just had nothing to say other than the fact that expanded consciousness is what stopped me from pulling out in the traffic that day where I would have had a head-on collision. If I didn't have this thing that stopped me, I would not be here. So Candace has had a little bit of more touching on the really expanded consciousness. So Candace, what would you have said to somebody like this?
Well, I just jotted down, you said that this person said, "I really like being human." Well, I do too. I
Me
love
too.
being human. And it kind of goes back to what we were saying with Monroe the other day, with Monroe, Institute. Bob Monroe's affirmation was, "I am more than my physical body." So it's, imagine eating an ice cream cone, but you don't have the ability to taste it. It wouldn't be that good, would it?
Nope.
With expanded consciousness, you expand this physical body so that you can enjoy, appreciate, and understand much greater than your physical body allows you to right now. It's like having that ice cream cone and you've not tasted it before, but all of a sudden you can. Well, expanded consciousness is taking what's so beautiful about being a human, the ups and the downs, but the ups are so good in relationships, and just, it's wonderful. So get that and magnify it 1,000-fold. That's what's so good about expanded consciousness.
Yeah.
It's being able to dip out that ice cream and taste it with every fiber of your being. It's just,
and that ice cream has every possible topping on it that you could ever imagine that you ever wanted, with a cherry on top.
Yeah. And you can eat as much as you want without gaining weight or having a tummy ache. I mean, literally, it's dipping into the true essence of who you are, which is love, which is energy, which is light. I mean, I know this sounds real woo-woo, but
it is. It is true. So the one response I did have, which I think was a very appropriate response, was, who wouldn't want to have personal growth? Even if you don't understand the spiritual realm, as humans, we are here to expand. to become more than we came here for, to push our boundaries, to push ourselves way out of that comfort zone that we've had forever. Because when you do, you push it here, that's your new normal. Now you don't have to push anymore. You just keep expanding. We want to grow. We want to become as successful as we can in whatever that means to you. So not wanting personal growth, personal expansion, why would you want to be here? You know?
Right.
To
It
go
goes
down
back,
as fast as I can?
I mean, remember the video we did a few weeks ago, Earth School 101? You know, we are here to learn. You know, this is where we gain so many lessons.
Yeah.
So once we're given the opportunity to go to graduate school, why not?
And actually, I had another epiphany I wanted to share with you. I've told you before about how when I had my daughter, I had this big group of friends I was a part of, and this was my entire life. I literally just had this epiphany last night after the hot tub. And so it's like I was in this big group of friends, and then two of the women, we just energetically we didn't match, but I was like, they're not my friends. I'm here with all these other people. But it was interesting the fact that after moving 26 times before I hit sixth grade,
Well,
having friends constantly being pulled away from me, constantly, I never had friendships that lasted because we always moved. It just, you didn't get close to anybody. So this group of friends I had for like 10 years when I first met my daughter, and it was the most fun. We did so much together. We traveled, we partied, we just did all this stuff as families and friends. And then when these two women, it just started getting weird. And I was just like, I made the choice to walk away completely from everything. And that's what the part hit me. I'm like, I never would have done that because I yearned for that. I always wanted friends and closeness and connection and that best friend to share everything with. But it was like something in me said, walk away, mourn the loss of all of these relationships. And literally, and I closed that door. My family wasn't happy about it because that was their social life too. My daughter, she grew out of it. She found her own friends. But the fact that that became the thing that I just had to do, and that is where the growth started. I just started going for walks. I ended up meditating while I was walking. I didn't know that was a thing. And
well,
I started running into people that connected me to the first book I would read. And the rest is history. I mean, over this 10 years or so since I walked away from that group, all of this magic has happened for me. And it was my higher knowing saying, you can't be in this group anymore because you're not growing. I was not growing.
you know what, Carrie, you just mentioned something about closing the door. And this is what happens so often is we need to close the door on relationships that don't serve us. And once we close that door, that chatter is gone and another door opens up for us. And
Yeah.
this is how guidance works. There are these subtle cues that will guide us in a certain direction. But if we have all the background noise, we don't hear it.
We'll never
So
hear it.
shutting down the doors allows for other doors to open.
I mean, and that just hit me. And I know Monroe had a lot to do with that just because I'm just so at peace. And I'm like, all of a sudden I realized, I mean, I needed friends. That was like the only thing I didn't have growing up. And it was like, I need to walk away from friends. And I am just so blessed with the guidance I've received and the way that I'm open to receive it. Even when I was the most damaged and broken, it was like little nudges to go do this. I'm like, but I don't want the nudge. I'm like, all right, I'll go do it. And boy, that nudge took me to somewhere else every single time. Just open and expand. And if you're not expanding your consciousness, why? That's all I can say is why.
Why not? I mean, that's, yeah, yeah.
It's such a gift. So Candace, this has been just such a gift, you and I doing these shows. And we'd love to talk about anything else you'd like to talk about too. I mean, there's so many subjects. We just keep coming up with new stuff. But if you have anything, please share it with us.
Please do. And please like our videos, share them with other people,
Please.
and comment below. And until next time, see you later.
See you later. Go to
Bye.
higher consciousness. It's worth it.
That's right. Bye.